What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Masters of the Underground. As always, I am your friendly neighborhood psychopath, the Illusionist, joined by my lovely and beautiful co-host, Twiztid Joker. I don't know why the fuck I just said lovely and beautiful. That was weird, but we're going with
Boy.
it. Today, we are interviewing the badass underground, I want to say legend himself, Bake Low. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with legend because your fucking music is legendary to me, homie.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
We were both pretty hyped for this interview. Like right before the interview, I threw on one of your older tracks for Twiztid Joker because they hadn't heard it yet, and it was the track "Anxious"
Oh,
from
okay,
back in
yeah.
2022. And I was like, this is one of the because I just been blasting your music, and I'm gonna get into your new shit later, but I really wanted to get
Yeah,
into that one because I'm a huge advocate for mental health. So anytime
right.
I hear a song like that, I'm like, that shit just slaps for me.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that song, like I almost didn't put it out.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, and I'm glad I did because a lot of people, had said the same thing. Like it really helped them, and I'm like, dang, man, like that was a vulnerable song for me. And
Yeah.
I'm just glad it worked out the way it did.
Yeah, a lot of times those songs where you come from pure emotion, they're the ones that reach the most amount of people. Because
Right.
a lot of people deal with depression, anxiety, all that shit, which I do.
Yep.
And mental health
Yep.
is a big thing with me and my wife. So like
Yeah.
that shit just hits different for us.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I think Twist the Joker, I think you've had some mental health issues in the past as well, right?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, so
Those
see,
songs always put it for me, man.
yeah, like everybody deals with it. It feels like nowadays, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
The worse the world gets, the more we start dealing with more mental health. And then the problem I have is that all the fucking doctors just want to throw pills at you and shit, and that's not always the answer. That's all they
Oh,
want
for
to do is
sure.
just
Yeah.
med you up.
And what's crazy, man, like when I was younger, that's what they tried doing to me.
Yep.
And like I didn't feel human anymore, certain things that they would prescribe me and like it just I didn't feel right. So like nowadays, uh, I do a lot of like natural things. Like I love me some, ashwagandha
Right.
and but ultimately I've just like been working a lot on like my confidence and self-esteem and like you know, reaffirming myself. And it helps, man. I mean, it definitely takes some time, but
Yeah.
it's very, very difficult.
I
But
can relate for sure. Like I said, Master of the Underground was on hiatus for 8 fucking years, so I could deal with my own shit.
yeah, no,
Like
I
I
feel
was
it.
like, people probably aren't going to remember what this shit is anymore because we were popping off in 2016, 2017, and then all of a sudden I was just gone. But then this year, I don't know, something just felt different this year. I was like, this is the year to bring this shit back. There's a
Yeah,
lot of like, there's legends like you out there. There's newer artists out there that are fucking putting their blood, sweat, and tears in this shit that people just aren't hearing because of all the
yep,
watered down bullshit that hits the fucking radio waves. And I was like, this is where Master of the Underground is going to be the difference. We're going to put the real shit out.
hell yeah,
Fuck all that other shit. I can't stand a lot of the shit that comes on nowadays. Did you see
yeah.
that? This is gonna sound like a diss, but did you see that fucking double XL Cypher shit that came out on YouTube?
No, I don't pay attention to
Be
that stuff,
glad you
man.
didn't. That was the worst fucking like
Really?
not one single bar on that was good. I was
Oh
like, I don't know
no,
what these guys are doing or what has happened, but this shit is terrible.
that's rough.
And I was just watching another reactor watch it, and I was 10 seconds in, and I was like, I almost don't know if I can finish this reactors video. That's how bad this shit is.
That's wild, dude. Holy
That's
shit.
and I was like, meanwhile, there's people out here like you that are fucking really doing this shit, and they
Yeah,
got these people on. Like there was maybe one or two of them that were like the best verses, but the best verses were like not good.
not
So
good. Damn.
saying that you got the best verse in a group of shitty ass freestyles is I feel bad for saying that because I don't like to hate on people's shine, but it was
Yeah.
just like half of it wasn't rhyming. They were just saying shit that made no sense, and I was like, bro, what the fuck has
Yeah.
happened? This used to be the place to be back in the day. Double
Well,
XL was like, I
things
feel
have
like they fell off.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like they fell off. But speaking of new fire tracks, I was talking to you earlier before the interview about your fucking new track that just dropped, Super Villain.
Yeah.
Twisted Joker's been listening to that as well. It's a surefire banger. My
Thank
favorite
you.
thing
Thank
is
you.
definitely the hook because I like tracks that have like a melody to them. So when you
Yeah.
hit that super villain, I'm like, this shit is fire immediately.
Yeah.
So what
And
made you decide on that song,
well,
like to
what's
go in that
cool,
direction?
is every now and then, like, I'll sit down and like make some beats to try and get some inspiration,
Right.
and that was kind of one of those situations. I made the beat, and I heard the melody in my head. I was like, man, this sounds like an old, like, timey, like, picture movie type deal,
Yep.
where literally where the guy's like tying a lady to the tracks. You know what I'm saying? And there's no audio, just like that crazy music, and then
Yep.
uh like some text will flash on the screen. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
like some
saying? Like
Charlie
saying,
Chaplin shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it all kind of like, I don't know, it played in very well. And so I hit up Zitro about it, and I'm like, man, like, I think you would be able to really help this song go into the direction I'm looking for, because he does a lot of like like auto tune and stuff like that, and that's kind of what I
Right.
was looking for on this hook. I was like, I'll send you the melody if you can, like, also blend your vocals in with this, and then help tune mine in that direction. And he did
Right.
a beautiful job, so between him doing that, helping me with the hook, and doing the his own verse, I think, us two created a masterpiece with it.
Yeah, you really did, because that hook is definitely catchy. Like when you hear it,
Yeah.
like I said, that
Oh,
super villain, like that one part of
yeah.
the hook just stays with me. I was
Yeah.
like, it's
He
so
he
fucking
also
catchy.
he also was like, "Oh, it's missing some 808s." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't, of all things I forget the
Right.
bassiest part of the song, And so he's like, "I got you. Don't worry about it." So, he drew up some 808s,
He killed that shit.
I slapped him in, and we made it happen. It's all fully self-produced between me and him.
Yeah, Twisted Joker. I was reminded before the show to actually let you fucking speak, so I'll let you handle some shit. I have a bad problem. I'm so used to doing the solo shit that I just start talking and he never even gets a chance.
Well, it doesn't even bother me either because I like just sitting here and listening too, man. I like
Yeah,
learning.
but my wife was like, "Make sure you let him talk." So I'm giving
Yeah.
you your shot now.
All right. Well, I mean, the only thing I really had a question about is what made you like what inspired you to actually start rapping and doing this?
Um, Man, it was at like a young age, honestly, like I didn't really have any direction in my life. I was probably around like early teens, like 13, 14, and uh I had just started getting into like the ICP and everything. I had finally started making some friends. And I had a friend that actually was like trying to dabble in it, and he started showing me some things, and I'm like, this is kind of cool, man. Like, he wanted me to try it out, so I tried it out. It was horrible. Like, you'll never be
It
able to find
always
those
is in the
songs
first.
anywhere.
Yep.
I got them, but they're gonna stay on the hard drive,
I
And
feel it.
uh, yeah, I don't know, it was like a good year and a half of just like messing around, and then like I actually finally posted something, and I'm like, wow, people actually like this. Like, that's kind of crazy,
Right.
And man, it just spiraled from there. And like he kept like, teaching me different things. Like I didn't even know what an ad lib was, So he's like, teaching me all these things, and yeah, it's just beautiful what it turned into. Um, I didn't know what I was gonna become in life, like
Yeah, I feel that.
I wanted to be a mechanic, I wanted to be a fireman, I wanted to fucking live to see my 18th birthday, you know what I'm saying? Like where I'm from, like that's not a promised thing. So, it's beautiful to, still be here and doing it, man.
I love talking to people that come out of shit like that. Like you just said, well, you're not promised to live to your 18th, and now it's all these years later, you're still doing this shit. That's my favorite,
Yeah.
is to hear people that come out of the bullshit
Yeah.
into like
I'm
something
Hey
better.
man, I'm still working on it, it's not all butterflies and rainbows yet, but
No, I don't think
I'll,
it ever is, homie.
yeah, yeah. I'll
Especially
get
not when
there.
it comes into music. That shit is fucking hard. I tried my
Yeah.
hand at it years ago for like 3 songs, and sometimes I wish like one of them I never would have even put out there because I was
Hey,
like,
I got them too, man. I think every
yeah,
artist goes through that at some point.
I did it, but then I started doing this shit, and I was like, "Now this is my lane. We'll stay away from the rap and shit. I like listening to rap and like hearing people and talking to people. That's more my lane.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like gaming shit because I do the streaming and stuff. But yeah, I was like, that's more my lane. We're gonna stay away from this music. Every once
Nice.
in a while,
Yeah.
I'll get the itch, and then I'll write something, and I'll be like, "Nah, bro, just stop, stop. Don't get ahead of yourself."
It's cool. I feel like, just writing in general is a good
Yeah,
little release, get it off your mind. So even if you
yeah,
don't
that's
put
what
it
it
out,
helps.
it's good to journal or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what I did. Well, as a teenager, like before I even discovered rap, it was all 80s metal shit. So as a
Oh, okay.
teenager, I was like writing all like 80s metal songs with fucking choruses and like breakdowns and shit. And I couldn't play an
Right.
instrument and I couldn't sing. So I would write the songs. And sometimes I'm like, man, if I could sing, I would bring some of that shit back.
Yeah,
But my
yeah.
voice is not meant for, it's meant for podcasting and like radio. It's not meant for singing. It just doesn't work. But yeah, some of them songs, man, that's what because it was all Iron Maiden and shit back then was all I was listening to. And then
Oh,
I
okay.
I discovered rap later on through ICP
Nice.
because I told this story before. I don't know if I told it actually on the show. I want to say I have. I think I told it on one of my streams recently. But my mom sent me to the store to pick up 2 gallons of milk when I was a teenager. So I had to ride my bicycle. So
Yeah.
you can imagine riding your bicycle with 2 gallons of milk. It's kind of wobbly a little bit. So like I have one on each handle. And fucking, I'm coming home and I hit like a rock or something on the curb and I wreck hard. Like I slam hard. Both gallons fly off into a nearby here like field. They smash and
Yeah.
explode everywhere. So the milk is gone.
Oh,
So
geez.
needless to say, my mom was pissed about that because I had to go back and get more. But
Yeah.
for some reason, in all the midst of that, right there on the side of the actual road where I fell as I was picking my bike back up, was literally a burned copy of Psychopathics from Outer Space.
That's
Like I don't know if
wild.
somebody had just chucked it out a window or what, but that shit was like
Yeah.
right there. So I
Dang,
was
that's
like, "What is
wild. That's
this?"
cool.
And I've always been into horror shit. So when I saw Psychopathics, whatever, I didn't even know what it was. I just knew it sounded like horror, so I popped it in. And yeah, been a
Yeah.
juggalo ever since then. So that shit was crazy. Even before then, though, I was pacing. Like I can't talk. You're gonna hear a lot of that. I was
Yeah.
pacing my feint, is what I was about to say apparently, but I was
Dude, that
painting
sounds
my face
that
like
sounds like a
Kiss.
cartoon though. You riding the bike with the gallons of milk,
I
like
know. I should get somebody to animate that shit. That'd be funny as
yeah.
fuck. Be
Yeah.
like, here's the Illusionist Juggalo story and have it like animated. That'd be cool as shit.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed you also been touring. Like, where'd you just? Did you tour last night? Were you at a live show last night? I thought I saw something that you were touring.
Yeah. Last night was just a one-off show.
Okay,
Yeah, with Anybody Killer.
that's what it was. It was Anybody Kill It. Are you still?
Yep.
You're still with Native World in
No.
2017? Okay, I wasn't sure because
Yeah.
I knew in 2017 when I was first supposed to interview you before I like fucking went off grid and ruined shit. I
Yeah.
think I
Yeah.
had the flyer and it said Native World, and I was like, I don't know if he's still a part of this or not.
Yeah. No,
But
I haven't been on Native World in some years now. I've just
okay.
been all independent, self-made, self-funded. But shit, man, with the history me and Killa have, like, I'll always be there for that guy. He always has my
Yeah,
back to this day. So, we
that's a
got nothing
dope
but
dude
love for
right
each
there
other.
too.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
another one
absolutely.
where I've always loved his music, and I love how different he sounds. Like
Right.
I know people like talk about his lisp and shit, and I was like, that part of what makes him more stand out to
Yes.
me, like that shit pops even more because of it.
Yeah,
It's like so fucking
absolutely.
unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, another song I wanted to bring up. I don't know. Was Uzuma? Was it Uzuma? I don't know. I'm probably gonna
Uz-
mispronounce this shit.
Uzumaki.
Yeah, that was it. Was that
Yeah.
also with Zitro?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, I thought it was, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head, and I don't have the Spotify pulled up. But that was another one I want to talk about because that shit was awesome. I think that was one of the first songs I listened to this year. But you've been
Oh,
dropping
nice.
music like crazy, so I'm like, I can't remember
Yeah.
everything off the top of my head.
Every 2 weeks, man. I actually uh get a lot of game from like certain artists, and I learned the every 2 week thing from Whitney, Peyton, and Chris Webby. They were talking about it a lot, and like, it's very important, but also make sure you're like filming short form videos of you
Yep.
rapping, and just keep the promotion rolling. Like, try not to miss a day. It's hard not to miss a day. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely be missing days, but I've been hitting the every 2 weeks with these new songs, and it's been helping a lot. I've been noticing a significant change in my following, so I'm just gonna, keep rolling at it.
Yeah, I noticed that nowadays. I think in music in general, singles is more of the way to go. Like when it
Yeah,
comes to like full albums and shit, people just don't buy full albums like they used to. Then But then
Right.
I was interviewing Kanye and Kitty. It was like, nah, bro, like CDs are coming back. Like people are wanting CDs again. I was like, oh, really? I didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like for the last
I
few
mean,
years, it's been all.
I still sell TVs. Yeah, I sell whole TVs.
You can sell those too. Hey,
I I still sell CDs at my merch table. People still buy them.
I
But
missed that.
as far as like the online community, um, like my merch store, I definitely sell like more, t-shirts and hats and different things like that
Yeah,
than I do CDs. But in person, I tend to sell, a good amount of CDs. So I don't know. I guess it really depends on the market, where you are, what kind
right.
of artist you are. In the juggalo world, like juggalos are big collectors, so they're
Yep.
definitely getting CDs. They're even buying records.
Nice. Yeah, that's
So,
what I want back. Like, because one of my big things when I was a teenager, when I was going, like, we talked about listening to Iron Maiden and shit, when I was buying shit, it was the CDs and like the artwork of the CDs and like physically having those booklets with the artwork and shit. That was like
yeah,
what popped off. Like, I would discover a lot of artists I'd never heard of just based off of their album art. And I'd be like,
yeah,
oh, this looks sick. And then I would buy it and listen to them and shit. And I was like, I missed that. So I hope it really does like fully come back.
yeah,
Because shit
yeah.
just
No,
doesn't
I
sound as
I
good
agree.
digital either. Like it
Yeah,
does, but it doesn't. Like I know that MP3s are what like compressed and all that shit, and it just sounds
yeah,
different on like a CD.
yep, yep. That's why I stick with like when I'm uploading to CD or to streaming. I upload it as a wave and then it compresses to an MP3. You upload it as an MP3 and then it compresses it more. Like it's just
Yeah, the
it's
only
it's
time
not
that
good.
works out for me is literally with these interviews. Because I think the interview records as an M4A, and I have to convert that to MP3, or fucking Spotify for creators like doesn't let me add it in.
Oh,
So it
for
has
sure.
to. But
Yeah.
luckily, when I heard for the first two interviews this year, Zoom does a good job of whatever compression is doing. Because once I do it to MP3, it still sounds good. But I
Nice.
was
Yeah.
like, it used to annoy the shit out of me. We used to use this thing called Uber Conference, and stuff would just sound like shit.
Oh
And I was
no.
like, we need something new.
Yeah.
So you got
Yep.
anything? You got a new track coming out. Is it next week or the week after? Is it
Oh,
Taxman?
yep, the week after. So I just released a new one last night, and then 2 weeks from now, and then 2 weeks from then, and then 2 weeks
Nice,
from then. And all these, not all of them, but most of these singles are tying into I'm going to be releasing multiple projects here soon.
nice,
So they're all going to tie into it and it's all going to make sense.
nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Taxman one just because the once again, like I said with the artwork, the fucking artwork caught my attention immediately.
Yeah. See, and there's a lot of them that I do myself, but then there's a lot of them that I'll have AI do because I don't have the time for. And there's
Right,
also a lot of them that I will like cross. Like I'll use some AI elements and do a bunch myself. So
right. Hopefully you're
I
not catching shit from that from people because
I don't care,
what was it?
man.
Fucking, I watched the Shaggy show and he said he posted like one AI thing and people are like, "Oh fuck you with the fucking AI," and it was like going off on him and fucking using hard
Yeah.
F words at him and shit. I was like, "What
My
the
my
hell? Get over it."
my thing is as long as you ain't claiming AI is your artwork,
Right.
or I don't know, whatever, then you're fine. Like AI can be used as a very helpful tool,
Yep.
you know. I don't really care what people do, man. If it's helping you to, achieve what you're trying to achieve, then, good on you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's the way I see it. Like use AI as the tool, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck. Here we go. I just got the running out of time marker already.
Oh, I
So,
gotcha.
I mean, we're at 9:53. So, Twisted Joker, we'll try to end this within 40 minutes, I guess. Twisted Joker, if you got another question, because I've been talking a lot, and you only got like one question in this entire fucking interview, and I don't want to get yelled at.
Oh, you're good, dude. You're good. I'm enjoying listening to the stories. But I did want to ask, like, out of all the people that you have like done collabs with and worked with, who was like your most of a mentor?
Like as far as like collabs on songs or like just like shows or like what do you mean?
Just in general in your entire career.
Probably Whitney Peyton.
Nice.
Um
I can see that.
in the beginning, uh, it was ABK. It really started with a guy named Icarus. Icarus introduced me to ABK. Through there I met Twiztid, and then through there I met Whitney. And as of lately, it's been Whitney. She's been schooling me, on a lot of the game. Uh, Icarus helped me get the initial connection. ABK like taught me where to even begin. Like I didn't know where to start, what to do, how to grind in this business, and he showed me so much shit, and led me to where I am now. And then now, she's showing me like the real like business side of it, and how to become more legitimate in it, and make sure I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's. So there's really been a couple of them, but as of right now, yeah, Whitney's been a huge part in my success as of late. So
That's awesome. We fucking love Whitney Peyton over here at Master of the Underground. We got a chance to sit down with her back in 2017. She's just
nice.
one of the most down to earth, like coolest fucking people to just talk to. Like we met her live,
Absolutely.
she was opening for Twiztid, and that was when I discovered that her fucking stage presence and the way she does shit at live shows is like uncomparable.
Was that was that on the Most Tasteless?
Yep, it sure
Yep.
That's
was.
that's that's the tour I met her.
Nice. That's the same tour we met her. That's
So
fucking
it's kind of
crazy.
kind of crazy how things unfold.
Yeah, because that tour she was like, we were both in PA at the time. Twiztid Joker doesn't live here anymore, but we were at the Reverb. And she was
Yeah.
fucking doing pull ups in the rafters while rapping. And I was like, this is fucking insane. I
Yep.
was like, this is the
And
coolest
she's
shit I've
still
ever
doing it.
seen. Yeah, she
Still
still
doing
does
it.
that shit. She's out there
Yep.
killing it. They just keyed up with her and Gina Fritz just dropped the track, I think,
Yeah.
last night as
It's
well.
dope.
So
Yep.
I'd like to hit her up and try to get her for another interview because it's been 8 years or whatever since we did one. But I was so
Yeah.
happy to hear that she's been mentoring you. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
She always
Yeah.
seemed like the kind of person that'd be willing to help another artist out.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was like
blessed,
humble.
man. I feel like a lot of artists don't, they'll ask for like advice or certain things, and then they just don't use it. I mean, I've
Right.
been trying to mentor artists myself, and like some of them actually are, I see their brain running with it, and like they actually use it, but then some just like in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, you're like, why the fuck did you even ask?
Yeah. So
That's like a similarities to like pro wrestling shit. Like the
yeah,
people that are like the younger wrestlers that are like the ones that the legends will help are the ones that actually like pay attention, listen, and learn. And then there's the some that just think that they know everything and don't need the help. And it's like you'll never know everything. You should take as much advice as you can get.
yeah. I just learned that there's people that do it for real and really want to live off it, and there's
Yep.
just people that do it for a hobby. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like, good on you. I'm glad you got something, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to make this like my whole entire life.
Yep.
I'm trying to be known like Michael Jackson or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
Like,
feel that.
so if you're just trying to do this as a hobby, like, don't be mad at me if uh I don't got the answers for you. But if you want to do
Right.
this for real, then like let's sit down and talk.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. I like that too. I respect that you're like willing to mentor and help other people that actually have legitimate questions.
Absolutely.
Because there is a lot of,
Absolutely.
honestly, I think the people on that fucking cipher were fucking doing that shit as a hobby because I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
I was thinking about out of like whenever you're just sitting in your car driving and shit, who do you like to listen to the most?
Man, this might sound conceited as hell, but myself.
Yeah,
Hey, that's how you learn though. Like you listen to yourself, that's how you critique yourself and learn from your shit too.
Yeah, man, there's definitely a reason behind it because I like to do something called the car test. After I'm done,
Mm,
mixing the track, gotta hear it in the car.
yep. That's
If
where
it
it
don't
sounds the
sound
best.
Yep, if it don't sound good in the car, I gotta fix some things, because I feel like that's where most people listen to their music is in the car.
Yep.
yeah, for
So,
sure.
there'll be things that, I got expensive as equipment and I don't even notice these things till it's in the car.
Right.
So, but no, other than that, I like to listen to a lot of like Jelly Roll, as of
Nice.
lately. Yeah. For a minute there, man, I was just listening to like a lot of whiskey blues, just
That's
Oh
dope.
yeah.
if I'm on a long trip, just cruising.
Yeah, I started discovering a lot of like newer artists lately that I probably wouldn't discover just from watching like reaction channels. Like I think on the last interview I mentioned, I just discovered that group Sleep Token.
Oh,
Those guys
nice.
are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't think I've ever heard music that's literally two completely different genres in the same song. Like it
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like two
tight.
different songs. It's all one
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about them recently too. They're
Yeah, they've
dope.
just been popping off. I was like, I never even heard of these guys before. And then I heard they had like a whole lore behind them and shit with like a sleep god and like their albums are like offerings to the sleep god and shit. I was like, yo, these guys are geniuses with marketing. That shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
So we
Yeah.
got, I do the same thing as well. Like I'll listen to the shows back to try and learn from
Yeah.
my mistakes. So I can relate to that like 100%. Like listen back and be like, okay, what did I do wrong here? Oh, I was fucking
Right.
talking over this person when they're trying to answer a question. Let's fix that shit. Because I have
Yeah,
ADHD.
there's always different ways to learn, from yourself. Sometimes you just gotta hear it in a different setting.
Yeah. Do you have any, before you start recording? I used to ask this all the time, but people would always tell me they didn't do anything. But I always like to ask if people have anything they do to kind of get them in the mood for like a recording session, like pre-recording rituals or anything they do different, or do you just
Um,
slap that shit on and go at it?
no, that's what I used to do. Uh, but now I'll rap, the verse or hook I'm about to rap like a bunch of times. Like I'll rap it like I'm about to record it,
Nice,
before I actually record it. So like Uh, so I'm not just like sitting there recording and deleting. Like
right?
I'll really, really try to get it, before I start doing it. And that way too, it doesn't sound like I just wrote it, even if I did just write it.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
I want it to sound like, very powerful and very, sincere when I record it and not just when I rap it, because obviously by the time you're performing it live, you definitely know it more than when you record it, 9 times out of 10. So
true,
I want it to sound like, I've had this role for a long time, and I don't want it to sound like I'm reading off a piece of paper. So
right. I can understand that. Do you, when you're writing, do you write? This is a question I've always wanted to ask somebody. I never asked it before. Like, do you come up with the song title first and then go from there, or do you write like the verses, the hook? Like, how do you approach the writing process?
usually I'll have it wrote, and then when I'm opening Pro Tools, it'll ask me like what I want to call it, and I used to name shit just random things, and then there's no organization with that. So
Right.
I had to get it together, reel it back, and be like, all right, I gotta really start like naming these what I want to name them, and so like I'll find something in the song that sounds cool, so it's not just like super generic.
Yeah.
Some names are gonna be generic, like the song Super Villain, like that had to be the name.
Yeah. But it went into the hook,
Um,
so yeah, it fits.
right, exactly. So, but sometimes, later on, I'll be like, oh, this is actually a better name, and I'll change it. Uh, but yeah, I usually have it all wrote out before I think of a name for it.
Yeah, like that Uzumaki. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I still don't even know what that means, but it fucking stands out.
Yeah, yeah. So there's it came from really like two different things, kind of. More so Naruto.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, but there's also a book called Uzumaki. Uh, two different authors, two different worlds or whatever. But um, yeah, I really do love me some anime and some manga and stuff like that. So
Nice. See, this is the shit we like to get into with Master of the Underground. That's not going to be your same
yeah,
old generic questions. Now you're talking about anime, so we could have a whole different fucking
yeah,
podcast based off anime if they wanted. We go a whole
yeah.
different direction.
And I mean, a lot of that stuff is still new to me. Like I'm still learning a lot. I didn't realize how much I liked it.
Yeah, I was in the same boat because it was always just Dragon Ball Z for the longest time. Was like, and then I started
Yeah,
discovering other shit like Attack on Titan and like some other random shit. But there was
yeah.
that one fucking classic. I wish I could remember the name of it, which I can't. But there was that one classic animated movie from like the '80s. It was like one of the first animes. It's gonna drive me nuts that I can't remember it
You
because it
remember anything
was.
about it?
I remember it was like futuristic, and there was like a kid that had like some kind of crazy psychic powers, and I seem to remember there was like an older brother that was trying to save him. Hang on. If I have to cut this out, I will, but I'm Googling this shit. Because I gotta tell you, as it was a famous fucking movie, like it was like massive, and it was like the first time I ever heard of an anime was with that like actual movie.
Oh, okay.
80s. I'm just typing 80s anime movie, and I feel like it's gonna be the first thing that pops up. Not Vampire Hunter D, although that was a good fucking anime too. I had an original PlayStation back in the day, and there was like a demo game for that on there.
Yeah.
I can't find that shit. It's not Heavy Metal. Have you ever seen that though? Heavy Metal is really fucking good.
No, I haven't seen that.
That is literally there's two of them. There's Heavy Metal, and then I think there's Heavy Metal 2. They were both in the 80s, and
Okay.
they're anime cartoons or whatever. So they have the 80s vibe to them with a whole story. But the
Yeah.
background track for the entire movie is the big like 80s heavy metal bands. So like the
Oh,
story
okay.
is like playing in tune with the fucking tracks that are coming on. So
That's
you got like
tight.
those heavy. Yeah, it was really badass. My dad
Yeah.
was a huge 80s metal guy, so that's how he got me into those movies. For some reason, I cannot for the life of me find this other fucking film. So if I find it, I'll text it to you later, or I'll message
Yeah.
you. That way, it doesn't bring down the yeah. But Heavy Metal and Heavy Metal 2 were absolutely insane. That was also the first time as like a kid or a fucking teenager that I saw animated titties, which is weird. Because that shit was like full on nudity in an animated movie, and I was like, "What is this, Dad? What are you showing me?" I'm like 12 years old. Oh
That's
man,
weird.
I actually made a third one that is Heavy Metal 2000.
that's the one I was talking about. So that was the third one, not the second one.
Yeah, that's the third
Oh,
one.
okay.
Okay, I think that might be the one I'm thinking of that had the animated nudity or whatever in it and like the crazy
I
shit.
think they all do.
They probably all do, but I was like, there's one of them I saw. I didn't know there was three though, so I wonder what the second one was called. Maybe it was Heavy Metal 2, or maybe the one I was thinking was Heavy Metal 2 was Heavy Metal 2000. Like that might have been, who knows? That's fucking crazy. They made that many of them. But then
Yeah,
metal
I
started to drop
don't know.
off. It's they don't do like a hard rock 2000 or some shit in like the 90s, grunge 2000, like with fucking Nirvana tracks.
You know what kind of got me into it when I was younger was the movie Spirited Away.
That is such a good fucking movie, bro.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fucking love that movie.
It's so good. It's so trippy.
It is that's a classic. Sometimes I'll see pictures of people post that'll be like those little fucking ghost things with a mask. And it's
Yeah.
a lot of times it's not referring to that movie, but I'm like, that's where that shit came from. That's the first
Yeah.
time I ever saw that. That movie
Yep.
is insane. I got my wife into that movie when we first met. I was like, you have
Yeah.
to watch Spirited Away, and she fell in love with it too. So anybody
Nice.
who's never seen it, fucking go watch it.
Yeah.
If you're listening
Yeah, it's
right
a great
now,
movie.
it's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you just mentioned that. That like got my mind in a whole different place now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Do you do any what do you do for like hobbies and shit? I mean, you do your music, but that's like your real job. So I figure you got to do something to like de-stress from the music sometimes.
I mean, I it's weird because like the music started getting real businessy for me, and it's like, of course, you got to have that in there, but you can't forget to have fun. And I forgot, you know, that how much I enjoyed it for a while, and it became real stressful. But now it's just fun, you know. Like I know how to have fun, but I also know how to handle the business. So you know, yes, this is my life, but there's also things in it that I do, you know, for a hobby. Like I like running like stage lighting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I do that, you know, for a lot of different bands. I've programmed lighting at, you know, many different venues. And yeah, I don't know. That's a real fun thing for me. I also do graphic design, and
Nice.
as of lately I apparently did become a mechanic. Been working on my car myself.
Nice.
I just, man, I don't know. I pretty much do a lot of things. Like, if I don't know how to do it, I'll watch a YouTube video, figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, sky's the limit.
Yeah, nowadays there's a YouTube video for everything.
Yeah.
If you need to learn how to do something, you need to learn how to like paint your home properly. I'm sure there's a YouTube video on that shit.
Yep.
Oh, you need to reinstall this toilet because it's fucking crooked. Here's a YouTube video.
Yeah. I just really like anything that has like a creative edge to it or something something where like progress is made throughout it, you know? So by
Yeah.
the time you're done with it, you're just like, you can look back at it and be like, damn, man, like I did that. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's like
cool,
me,
you
like
know?
with coming back, a lot of the fun I've been having is like making those promotional flyers and shit for everybody. Like I've
Yeah,
been, and I'm just using the fucking like free Canvas shit and just figuring out new ways with each flyer to make it pop. Or like I'll use this font for this one, or I think
yeah,
with your flyer and a couple other flyers, I use like 3 different fonts that were
yeah,
within the app to make it kind of pop. Like that shit's fun to me for some reason. But that
yeah,
could come back into the YouTube shit too, because I have a gaming YouTube channel for like I think I started in 2019 or whatever. So like doing the thumbnails and like that's where a lot of that creativity comes from. Is that
yeah,
artwork of making the thumbnails look good and shit. I just like doing stuff like that. So I
yeah,
can
yeah,
relate to that. You always gotta because even with like that ties into what you were talking about too, where it becomes like because I do the streaming or whatever a certain amount of days a week, but like you have to take some time. I just love gaming in general. So even though I'm streaming a lot, I still take some time on some days to like take a break from the stream and just game on my own to
yeah.
like
You have
enjoy it
to,
and
yeah,
not make it like wear me down as a streamer. Because
yeah.
you think this like streaming is easy is what most people think, but that shit fucking takes a lot of time and it does wear
Yeah.
you down because you're like
When
trying
I
to talk to people and shit. And like by the end, you are like just as tired as a normal job. It's crazy.
yeah, and I've gotten into the passion of like I love shooting videos now,
Nice.
you know? So like, and it was really like all these short form, like I'm rapping like a verse or a hook, half a verse, you know, and posting
Right.
online. Like that's what really got me into it. Now it's like I love it, man. I'm like trying to find new places. I'm like, that would be cool, you know, shoot that song there or, you know, shoot that song over there. Like, you know, it's really cool. And then to see how it unfolds, you know, I edit it real quick on my phone, post it up. People seem to like it, you know, and
Yeah.
also helps with
It's
relevance too, you know.
insane how
Yeah.
much you can do on a phone nowadays.
Yeah.
Like back
Yeah.
in the day, you'd have to have all this like fancy editing software, and a lot of times you could just make something fresh just from doing some shit on your phone.
Right. Yep.
Like it's
Yep.
absolutely crazy. Now you were just talking about doing this short form, and I saw the short form like video you did for Supervillain. Is that a full video as well, or did you just do the short form?
It's just the short form, yeah. I'll usually shoot like countless videos for each song, you know, so I have them
Right?
a bunch of them the you know, before the song comes out and then after the song comes out. Just that way it stays fresh in people's minds, you know, because
Yeah,
especially with how like the algorithm works online, you know, not everyone is going to see it the
yeah,
first time, you know, or even if they do see it, they might not click on it. But then next thing you know, you're in a different setting and it's the same song. They might be like, oh, this video looks cooler, but it's literally the same thing. You're just in a different place, different
yeah.
outfit, you know?
I've done that
So,
shit with like TikTok before. Like posted video, it wasn't really getting hits. Took the video down, re-uploaded the same exact video, and then it got like 800 fucking views. I was like, what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah,
So it was the same video. It's just like whatever time I uploaded, it made a difference. That's just crazy.
yeah, yeah, yep,
So I can relate to that. But that's the same thing I had with Oreo, where like I saw his short form videos for his music, and it's the same thing with your video. I see it, and I'm like, I want a full fucking music video now because I see the
yeah,
shit and it looks dope, and I was like, I want to see more.
yeah.
I have that
We
issue.
talked about it, you know, we'll probably end up doing one. It's just, you know,
Nice.
with me gearing up to leave for this tour, um, you know, my time's really limited right now.
Yeah,
I've
that's a
been
good thing to mention. Your
yeah.
tour dates and shit. Let people know where you're gonna be touring and stuff, so they know where they can come see you at.
Yeah, so August 8th through the 30th, I'll be on the Freak Show tour with
Nice.
Twiztid, Anybody Killa, Blaze Your Dead Homie, and Sorry X. And I ain't got all the dates offhand. I know the first date is in Joliet, Illinois. The second is in Wisconsin somewhere, and then the last date is back in Illinois. But you know, I don't know. You look up, you know, it's on my site, it's on all my social medias,
Right.
in my bios, the dates. You know, it's also on Twisted's pages. So you know, I'm always promoting it.
I need them
So
to come
I'll be
back from
around.
Pennsylvania because I think the last time I saw them was that Most Tasteless tour in 2017 when they were at the Reverb. But the Freak
Oh
Show,
wow,
I looked up for the Freak Show to see if they were coming here, and they weren't. And I was like, "Fuck, man,
yeah,
that's my
yeah.
album
I
right
was
there.
I
I
was
would have loved to go to
I
that
was
one."
there for it. I was actually there at the Reverb with them the beginning of this year for the My Bloody Valentine show.
Okay, that's where I met Twiztid Joker. It was the My Bloody wasn't it My Bloody Valentine or was it Eat Your Heart Out tour in
Yeah.
February of 2017? We met because we were working at the same job, and we just had never even met each other before, and we just went to the fucking concert together. Became best
Nice.
friends after that. That's how
Oh yeah.
Juggalos be rolling right there. You just meet somebody, fucking was like,
Yep.
you want to go to Twiztid show, and then you become friends for life. That's what I like
Yeah.
about Juggalos. Most of them are fucking cool. There's some assholes with any group,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it happens.
all right, homie.
I know you're going to be coming down to Tulsa because I'm going to that show. So I'll
Nice.
see you there.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll be there.
That's awesome. All right, I think we're reaching the end here. We've gone a good bit of. Well, actually, I don't see the timer, so I don't know where we're actually at on the timer. But we want to definitely thank you, Bakelo, for coming on the fucking show, homie. This was an epic interview.
Yeah,
And,
thanks for having me. I'm
Would
honored.
love to have you back on in the future as well.
Oh yeah.
So we'll give you a chance to let everyone know where to find your socials and all your shit, like obviously Spotify, YouTube, and stuff like that. But I always like to give the artists a chance to promote their shit at the end of the show.
For sure, yeah. I have my own website, it's just bakelo.com. You know, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. You know, you search Bakelo anywhere, you'll find me.
Yep, go check out his new shit, especially Supervillain and all the new shit that's coming out this year because everything I've heard has been a banger and y'all love it. I mean,
thanks, man.
Most likely, if you can email me the Supervillain track after we get off this, email it to me and I'll add it into it because I like to add the artist songs at the beginning of the episode. So I'll add that shit in right at the beginning of the episode for you.
Oh yeah, I got
That's like one of my favorite things to do too because it lets people hear the new song that we're talking about and they don't have to like go search it and like click out of the interview and then stop listening to my shows. They're like, listen to this shit, then go follow on Spotify and listen to all the other epic shit he's got out.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Master of the Underground. Once again, thank you, Bakelo, for coming on the show, homie. It was a blast.
I appreciate you. Oh yeah.
We will bid you all adieu and catch you again soon.